What in the world, Bo? What's going on with you, man? It's your boy Big Low Country. I hope that everybody out there is doing great tonight. For everybody out there that don't know me, my name is Big Low Country. I'm just an old country boy, former football coach that love to sit around and talk about sports. You could have been anywhere in the world tonight, but you're here with us, and I definitely and greatly appreciate that. So, first of all, if you're watching the show after we've gone live already, make sure that you put a what in the world, Bo, in the comments. Also, make sure that you share this channel with your friends and family and hit that like button. For everybody that's on here with us now, thank you so much for chopping it up with us. I definitely and greatly appreciate you just the same. John Brooks is in here. What in the world, Bo? He says, I smashed that like button, and we need to have high expectations for Ritter because if he plays like trash again, we're going to be 7-10 again. Wow. Okay, coach. That's what I'm talking about. That's how you do it, coach. Tell us how you really feeling. Then Sean Coswell says, what in the world, Bo? Country Silk, new hit song. Girl, you need some Dirty Bird loving. Get to some. Some Dirty Bird loving, coach? And I know you getting bored chilling with him. You know you need my loving, my thugging, Dirty Bird loving. I couldn't fit it. I'm sorry. Anyway, Nate Bill's in here. What in the world, Bo? What's going on with you, man? Rashad's in here. What in the world, Bo? Hey, man, I ain't seen you in a minute, Bo. Hope you and the family doing good, Coach Rashad. Much love to you. Reese's Cups in here. Much love, fam. Justin Swisher. Red Swarms in here. What in the world, Bo? Hope you doing good tonight. Coach Tony Wright says, what it is, Lo, what it is. Hey, man, if I had your hand, Tony Wright, I'd cut mine off, Bo. J. Maul in here. What in the world, Bo? Hope you doing good. See, first of all, that's it. You got it, Bo. You got it. Real Talk Sports. That's it. See, first of all, y'all know it. Y'all know it. Anyway, man, so look, I don't know if y'all had a chance to check out. Yesterday, we went to the first day of minicamp, me and Coach Roney. Chilled out with my homies, Uncle Steve, the Falconator, Falconator's wife, Uncle Steve's daughter. We had a great time. Got a chance to meet B. John Robinson. I told him something. I can't tell y'all, conversation that we had. We had a private conversation. Anyway, chopped it up with Terry. Actually seen Coach Arthur Smith. Took a picture with Coach Arthur Smith. Look, so it's one of those situations where these mini camps and these OTAs, every time I leave, I always feel so confident. I feel so happy about what this team, the potential of this team, because I look at this team and I look at the teams in the past. I say, hey, I'm going to tell you something. This team now, this team right here, they're moving around the field differently. They're practicing differently. These guys practice efficiently. When I say practice efficiently, if you go back and watch the video that we just shot of the minicamp, you can see there's no wasted motion, no wasted movement. Whenever they're going through these drills, there's no lollygagging around. Everybody's running to the end of the drill. Watch that defensive line drill. You'll see that it's one of those cases where Lorenzo Carter, as soon as his rep was up, he got down, got his 4-point stance. He was ready to go. He didn't have to wait on Coach to blow the whistle. He was ready. Coach didn't have to say nothing to him. This team is just different. And they're practicing like they're a playoff team. Real Talk Sports says, what in the world, Bo? I bet that, man, the boys looking legit. They are looking legit. And that's what we're talking about tonight. We're talking about, and like I said, I don't know if y'all had a chance to see the OTA film that we did on Desmond Ritter and some of the plays that we shown from minicamp yesterday. But we're talking about, hey, Orlando, because everybody that I'm talking to are saying, hey, there's no reason we shouldn't make the playoffs. So the question is, because I couldn't put naked in the title, the question is, are Atlanta Falcons fans getting naked after seeing these OTAs and mini camps? We hadn't even made the training camp yet. It's kind of like I said in my Desmond Ritter video. Granted, guys, remember, these are just OTAs. I didn't say that in the mini camp video because I don't want to be the person that's beating the dead horse. But these are just mini camps, right? There's no pass, there's no thudding, there's nobody hitting each other. So that's something we got to keep in mind. Edward Mitchell, what in the world, what's going on? I see Red Swarm in here. He says, hats off to the Queen coach. Of course. But tell y'all something. This channel wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for Coach Roney. This channel wouldn't be here today. So hats off to Coach Roney. Much love to Coach Roney. Melvin Emery says, "What in the world, Bo? I love your channel, Melvin. I really appreciate that, Coach. Thank you so much. You don't know how much that means to me and Coach Roney. We definitely take pleasure in sharing our experiences, and our goal is to help make everybody happier than they were before they got in here." Jay Miles in here laughing. Jermaine Johnson says, "What in the world, Bo? Eddie Goldman hurt? Well, I guess back in retirement." See, hold on. See, I didn't know. I didn't know anything about this. I thought he was coming back. They were kind of trying to bring him back slowly. So don't make me tell no lies to you, Bo. Fort Fanatic says, "What in the world, Bo? Savannah, Georgia, checking in. 9-1 Deuce C. Pope. What's love to you, man? Hope you're doing good tonight, man." Coach Keith's in here. Hey, Coach. Howard, hey, Coach Keith, we are doing good, my brother. We're doing great. We're just enjoying life. We had our anniversary last month, May 30th, and we're just having a good time with it, man. Having a good time with it. Tony Wright says, "Lo, how was your trip to Tucson, Arizona on a business with Julio Jones and Associates? As I heard you fellas close a real estate deal of $42 million." What in the world? What's Tony Wright talking about? You don't gotta brag, Tony, right? You're doing big things with Julio. You just say it, bro. Just say it. Oh man. J Miles, yeah, man, we hungry. We hungry. That's the thing. This team is hungry. As the old folks waiting outside, the closed country kitchen buffet on side. Wow, bro. That's hungry. That's hungry. So you may wonder, like, what is J Mal talking about when he's saying, "Hey, these guys are hungry"? Well, think about it. Let's quantum leap. We're going to quantum leap back into Terry Fontenot's body back in January. Back whenever Grady Jarrett said, "Hey, man, it's the same old crap, different year." Let's quantum leap back into Terry Fontenot's body, and we look at the situation. We say, okay, well, I mean, number one, this team has underperformed for the last 5 years, 5 years without making it to the playoffs. Complete roster turnaround. I'm pretty sure fans are probably getting antsy. 5 years, that's a long time in NFL years and NFL fandom years, because some people might say, "Hey, I'm just going to go to another team because the Falcons haven't won since I was 13 years old and I'm 18 now." So Terry Fontenot said, "Hey, what do we need to do? Number one, let's change this culture, right? Let's change the culture." Dean Pease retires, so we bring in a new defensive coordinator in Ryan Nielsen. I'm going to tell you something. After watching Ryan Nielsen, after watching his practices for the last couple of weeks, just like Jay Miles says, these guys are hungry like old folks waiting at the closed country kitchen buffet. Yes, they're hungry like y'all used to be hungry on Sunday mornings in your Sunday best, after leaving the church, waiting in the Ryan's parking lot. That's how hungry these guys are. That's how hungry these guys are. So you got a great mixture of young talent, along with some wily veterans, in your Bud Duprees, your Calais Campbells, your Mac Hollinses, Jonnu Smiths. You got those vets, Eddie Goldmans. You got those vets. Jesse Bates. I mean, is he really like a wily veteran? He's like my second album, my second studio album. He's a young veteran. Then you got these young Thundercats and the Desmond Ritters, Drake Londons, Kyle Pitts, who everybody keeps forgetting about. Bijan Robinsons AJ Terrell, he's a young veteran now, but you got all these young Thundercats with all this veteran talent, with this young hungry coaching staff, because people forget this is only Arthur Smith's third year as a head coach. Why will we not be hungry? Everybody counted us out last year. 2 wins. That's what their projection was. They come into the season, everybody and their mama trying to tell us what we need. Everybody and their mama and Uncle Steve. Shouts out to Uncle Steve. Try to tell us what we need when it comes to getting Lamar Jackson. Why will we not be hungry? We got a guy here that we think can be the starting quarterback for the next decade. So whenever you pop in, or whatever the game system will be in 2033, there's a possibility. We hope, and forgive me if I'm getting naked. There's a possibility that Desmond Ridder could be on the cover of Madden 33. I know it's 23, but there's a possibility that Desmond Ridder could be on the cover of Madden 33. We legit don't know, Bo. J Mom says I've been naked since we signed Jesse Bates. Come on, Bo. What in the world? Coach Padre's in here, man. Coach Padre, I hope that you called and got that whole situation straightened out with your ticket rep. You should be missing these events, Bo. Let's get it. Jay says, my brother, what's going on, Coach? What's going on, Coach? Man, hey, man, we trying to make it, Bo. Trying to make it. Hope you're doing good that way too, man. Hope you're doing good. Black Girl Interrupted. Shouts out to Miss Ashley. I see you in here, sis. Hope you're doing good. Hit me up sometime, Ash. Hit me up. You don't gotta be a stranger. Hit the old dog up sometime. Ben Arnold says, seems like they are really focused. Man, these guys are Zoom focused. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Young King, what's going on, Bo? What in the world? Hope you're doing good. Quad 7 here says Goldman was a mistake. We don't need any Bears trash on the team. Goodness gracious. I see Coach Jerry's in here. Much love, Coach Jerry. Hope you're doing good tonight, my brother. Q Lavender's in here. What up, Coach? What's the topic for tonight? I just got on. So the topic for tonight is, are Atlanta Falcons fans setting their expectations too high after we've just gotten through OTAs and minicamp? Are the Atlanta Falcons fans setting their expectations too high? And the thing is that I think the consensus, what everybody is saying, is we should make the playoffs. How is that too high? So here we are, 12 minutes into the show. I'm going to go ahead and partially answer this question for you. No, the Atlanta Falcons have not set their expectations too high after just the OTAs and the minicamp. No, they haven't, because we've seen what this team was capable of last year with, I mean, let's be honest, with talent that's head and shoulders better than what we've had. I mean, let's just go to the last two seasons that Arthur Smith has been here. So if I see Bud Dupree and Steven Means, Bud Dupree, Steven Means, Big Low Country, Calais Campbell. I dressed out a couple of games. Big Low Country, Calais Campbell. Okay, yeah, Big Low Country. Anyway, basically what I'm saying is that the talent is a whole lot better. The talent is a whole lot better, and this division as a whole has taken a step back. So why would we not feel confident in our abilities to successfully succeed? Tev Sports and Gamers there, he says Ed Goldman, he ain't hurt. He just been away from football for almost 3 years. He's just trying to get his conditioning back. Yeah, you already know. 9-1 Deuce, Savannah in the building. See Pope, much love to you, Pope. Bad memes. Ruin Dream says some people on Insta and other YouTube comments think Atlanta is going under 7 wins this season. Your thoughts, Coach? You might want to go ahead and place your bet with them. That's all I can say. If they think the Atlanta Falcons are just going to win 5, 6, 4 games this season, you might want to go ahead and place your bet with them. Coach Roney said, "Look, if you're trying to figure out what's going on and you think it's one of those situations where the Atlanta Falcons fans haven't set their expectations too high, you need a way to express it. You can't express it the way that you want to. You can express it by hitting that like button." Coach Roney said it. Coach Roney said it. So it ain't old Coach O asking about it. Coach Roney said it. Jerry G in here, he says, just stopping by to say hello, spending my birthday with my friends. All jokes aside, for this special day, I'm thankful for my family and friends. Hey, man, you should always be thankful for your family and friends, Jerry, man. I hope you stay safe, brother, and we definitely glad to have you come on here and chill out with us on your day, Bo. Jerry said, hey, man, it's my birthday. Let's go. Hey, Bo, I see you here, Jerry. I see you in here, Bo. Red Swan says 229 in the house. Much love to you, Red Swan. Got family down there in the 229. Much love to everybody down there in South Georgia, man. We ain't got nothing but love for you, Bo. Ain't got nothing but love for you. So, my question, I want to go ahead and throw it on out here to the chat to see what y'all think, because I know we got some Steelers fans in the house. I know we got some Saints fans in the house, and some other fans in here. And you can answer this question if you're on the show live right now, or if you're watching later. Do you feel like Atlanta Falcons fans set their expectations too high after just going through free agency, the draft, OTAs, and minicamp? If you feel like the Falcons have set their expectations too high, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like we have not set our expectations too high, put a 2 in the chat. I just want to know what y'all thinking. I just want to fill the room out, because it's one of those situations where if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I would definitely and graciously admit that. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights is in here. Much love to you, Daniel Berry. Hey man, Daniel Berry, if you could send me an email at biglowcountry at gmail.com. I need to holler at you. I got a couple of questions for you. Hey, y'all make sure that y'all welcome Daniel Berry Sports Highlights in the chat here, man. Much love to you. Okay. All right, Ash. I'm gonna hold you to it, sis. I'm gonna hold you to it. But yeah. So the question is, if you feel like we are overreacting, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like it's one of those cases where, hey, I mean, I'm confident in our abilities, put a 2 in the chat. Blinking Stitches in here. Much love to Coach Joy. I see you in here, Coach Joy. Coach Joy says she's stopping in to say hello. What's going on, Joy? Oh man, Tony Wright says, and if Eddie Goldman doesn't work out, we have Timmy Horn to move to that backup nose tackle, defensive tackle spot behind David Onyemata. And don't forget, you still got Taquan Graham. Everybody's forgetting about Taquan Graham. So you got bodies. That's the benefit of having the kind of offseason that you had this year. Uncle Steve in here says, I heard that. Still worried about Desmond. Hashtag still worried about Desmond. I mean, hey, I hear you. You like I told you in the video. You need to get that hate out your heart. You ain't no needing going through all that, man. Douglas Ferriton in here says Atlanta Falcons are legendary. We actually taking this season serious. That's the thing. That's the thing, Coach. Now, and granted, I'm not sitting here saying that Arthur Smith and the actual team didn't take the season serious last year. I'm not saying that. That's their job, right? If you're willing to look Grady Jarrett in the eyes and say, yeah, man, you ain't take this serious. You ain't take this serious this season. By all means, you can have it. But the fans, that's the thing. Because how many times have we seen it be a situation where, Marcus Mariota as a starting quarterback, everybody was like, we'll see what happens with Marcus. We'll see. I don't know. Last couple of years with Matt Ryan, you've seen a couple people being like, I don't know. We'll see. Julio Jones gone. We'll see. This year, it's a completely different kind of thing. Completely different kind of thing. Joy says, I'm a Utah new team. What Joy talking about? Todd Terry says, happy birthday. Nah, it ain't my birthday, bro. it ain't my birthday. It's Coach Jerry G's in here, man. Definitely. Melvin Emery, Sterling Woods. Shout out to Sterling Woods. I see you in here, bro. They say 2. They said that, we're not overreacting. Quad 7 says 1, but it's based on the quarterback. Okay. J Mom says, my honest to God expectations is a division title and possible playoff win, but probably just one playoff win this year. And we're not mad at that. We're not going to say at the end of 2023, man, this season was a complete wash because we didn't win the Super Bowl, right? Like we're legit not going to say that. J Miles says 2. Red Swarm says, let's hit them like buttons, coaches. Definitely. I appreciate that, Red Swarm. Thank you so much for your support. Coach Key, he says 1. He says, Falcons fans, Coach Keith is a Steelers fan, with our Bulldog, George Pickens, and a couple other Bulldogs on that team. But he just won. He said we getting naked. Red Swan, he put 22 twos in here. He got all kind of twos in here. Red Swan says that's what it is. D. Lawton's in here. Much love, D. Lawton. He says two. He doesn't feel like we're out kicking our coverage with our expectations. Melvin Embry, he said, and I'll see it again. Two. Coach Padre with the first Superman chat of the night. He says, Coach, if I see my season ticket, people, it's gonna be some furniture moving, and you can just add me to the quarterback room text. Hello, I hang up and listen. Shouts out to Coach Padre. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. So basically, what Coach Padre is referring to, he has the season tickets, all right? He got the fancy season tickets. Fancy season. Anyway, and apparently he didn't know anything about the event that we went to yesterday. So I see I'm gonna have to make some calls. I'm like, hey, y'all make sure y'all take care of Coach Padre and Coach Ash. Make sure, hey, don't be having them miss experiences like this. Because they said the defensive lineman went out to the club last night. I may have been there. I just play. Coach Keith and Coach Reese's Cup, they says 2 high expectations are healthy. Okay. Smooth's in here. He says 2. Atlanta Bird Gang, shouts out to Tidy. I see you here, Bo. He says 1. I got to see it on the field first, Bo. And I understand that, Tidy. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you because different people look at things different ways, right? Coach Joy, JDS, they all say 2. They think that the expectations are warranted. Look, I'm going to tell you something. If Blink and Stitch, Coach Joy, if she says the expectations are warranted, then we're on to something. Because I'm going to tell you something. Coach Joy don't play no games. Like, if she ain't feeling it, she ain't feeling it. And that's just what it is. Eric Mack in here said, Big Low, you are Eric Mack, I appreciate you, Bo. Much love to you, man. Much love to you. Thank you so much for that compliment, my brother. Young Man of Faith Jamal says, rise up. What's good, Big Low and the coaching staff? Hey, Bo. We taking it slow like a cat eating a grubbing hole down here, man. Blitz says season ticket holders are in here tonight. That's right. The coaching staff is in here tonight. That's who in here. Justin Swisher, he says 2. He says, hey, man, we all feel like it's one of those situations where the expectations are not too high. Raymond Collins in here says, hello. What's going on, Raymond Collins? The King's Son says, not worried about Desmond. Arthur Smith is who I'm worried. Wow. So, I'm glad that you mentioned that. So during these 7-on-7s and these 11-on-11s, these full team scrimmages, I was just looking. I was like, are we going to be going through some pedestrian, pass concepts? Is it going to be like smashes on both sides or floods to one side and a clear out on the other? Or are we legit going to make sure that we do something to kind of get these playmakers some room and space? I'm gonna tell you something. I don't want to say this because Tidy gonna say I'm getting naked, and y'all might say I'm getting naked in the chat, but I'm just gonna be completely honest with y'all. Y'all might say I'm crazy. The passing game looks completely different. This is from what I'm seeing, guys. I'm just gonna be honest with you. The passing game looks completely different, and I'm gonna tell you why. There were a couple of times I seen Bijan Robinson, Cordero Patterson on the field at the same time. Bo, and when I tell you something, I seen them boys put Bijan Robinson in motion. First of all, there was motion on every play. But when I tell you they put Bijan Robinson in motion and whatever, they didn't see nobody following him in motion, signifying that it was zone coverage. When I tell you that boy got that ball in the flat and took it and went. When I tell you that after they hit that flat a few times and after they hit a few 7-yard hitches and things like that, that the top of the field was open, those safeties and those linebackers were creeping up. I'm telling you something, Bo. And granted, remember this now, this is against an improved secondary, because one thing that I seen, Jesse Bates was all over the place. I was thinking the whole time Jesse Bates was just going to be playing that deep third. Boy, you know how many times I've seen Jesse Bates down in the box? It's not going to be a free safety and a strong safety in this scheme, Bo. It's just two safeties back there. That's all you having. You got two safeties back there. They're just going to be trying to make plays. They're just going to be adjusting to what's going on the field. I'm just going to be honest with you. But I'm going to tell you, you got Jesse Bates back there, and they were taking shots down the field. And whenever I say taking shots, granted, I'm not talking about 50 and 60-yard bombs. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, because they were starting off from the 30-yard line. So Jermaine Johnson, he says, Coach Lowe, you getting off topic about our head coach. So let me get back on track. The point that I'm making is that the last 2 years, and I said this myself, I need it to be a situation where Arthur Smith can create an explosive offense, right? And we kind of had an explosive offense the first year with Matt Ryan and Kyle Pitts, and that was it. Olamide Zaccheaus, he would flicker every now and then like a lightning bug in the summertime when it's getting dark. Every now and then you see a flicker. That's it. But I'm going to tell you, with this talent that you have on the team, because Bijan Robinson looked just as good catching the ball as Drake London did, catching the ball and running routes. So I seen an extended playbook that I have not seen so far this season under this Arthur Smith regime. I'm just gonna go ahead and put it out there. So Jermaine, and to the point that we were making earlier, everybody was saying, hey, I'm not worried about Desmond Ridder. I'm worried about Arthur Smith. Y'all know what I've been saying this whole offseason. This whole offseason, I've been saying, hey, it's one of those cases where, yes, the roster has improved. I trust Desmond Ridder more than I trust Marcus Mariota. But the question is, can Arthur Smith take that next step as a coach and play caller? I'm looking at it from a defensive coordinator standpoint, and I was like, yeah, that would be tough to stop. That would be tough to stop. Whether we running zone, whether we running man, we can run cover sixes, a combination of zone and man. That's gonna be tough to stop. I mean, just some of the route combinations that I seen going along with the motions and everything like that. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's gonna be tough to stop. That's gonna be tough to stop. That's one of the reasons why I say I don't feel like the Atlanta Falcons fans' expectations are too high this season. D-Long said, preach it, Big Low. Jermaine Jollican. I'm sorry, I'm not Jermaine. Jeremy Dupree's in here. Bud Dupree's little brother. What in the world, Bo? What's going on, man? What's going on? Let's see. Eox, Miami says the Falcons will win 10 games. It'll be tough. It will be tough. The defense will be good, big man. And that's the point that I'm making, brother, is that the defense look legit. You look at these last couple of seasons. I ain't gonna say the last couple. You look at the last 5 seasons. Going back to 2017, you look at the last 5 seasons. Ain't nobody flying around. All right, there wasn't a defense flying around the field like this. Troy Anderson was everywhere. In the words of my homeboy Manny Fresh, Troy Anderson was ever beware. He was everywhere on the field. Anytime, even if the play wasn't to his side, this kid has so much athleticism. If he could just get the awareness to go with his athleticism, this is a Pro Bowl player. Easy. Caden Ellis, I've been telling y'all, from what I seen in OTAs, Caden Ellis, he's really good around that line of scrimmage, but coverage is where we're going to have the issues with Caden Ellis. Expect them to be bringing, that front 7 consistently. We just don't know where it's going to be coming from. Whether we're lined up in the even front or the odd front, there's going to be a lot of stunts. There's going to be a lot of replacing, but expect Caden Ellis to be coming down more instead of, backpedaling and playing in coverage. Dreddy, he's at Super Bowl. He also says, hey, I would love it. I would love it. William Amy's in here, says Arthur Smith got to step up his play calling. I mean, and once again, I keep going back to it. I keep putting the disclaimer out there. It's mini camps. It's OTAs. Just like Tidy said earlier, we got to see it on the field. Tony Wright said, don't crack on Olamide Zaccheaus because where he went, he will be good. I mean, yeah. I mean, I ain't knocking Olamide Zaccheaus. We were just in a situation where this offense it's had so many playmakers for so long. You have a certain expectations when it comes to, your wide receivers. Kind of like Green Bay is with their quarterbacks. Like, for the last 30-something years, they've had legit quarterbacks. They had quarterbacks that could win games for them. Now they're going to have Jordan Love, and, it's probably going to be weird. They're going to be like, man, Aaron Rodgers, we would have won that game if we had Aaron Rodgers. How many times do you think they're going to have that conversation? Red Swan says, hey, Coach Lowe, PFF ranked our offensive line number 7 in the NFL. Top offensive line in the division by a lot. Yes, sir. And I ain't going to lie to you. By the time Matthew Bergeron gets on that offensive line playing left guard, it's going to be a top 5 offensive line. Easy. Because Arthur Smith was working with that offensive line a whole bunch. If you had a chance to see it, make sure that you go check out the video. We did a vlog whenever we went to Minicamp. We went to day 1 of Minicamp for the Playmakers Picnic. Shouts out to Coach Tyler and Coach Christine. Thank y'all so much. But we went to day 1 of the Playmakers, of the Minicamp. After practice, the offensive line was still working. They were still working. They know that they're the backbone of the team. They already know it, right? And if you want to see the proof of it for yourself, you go back, check out the video, and you'll see exactly how hard those guys are working. JDS says, Jeff Okudah looking legit, looking just as twitchy as ever. And I was surprised that boy out there running around like that with that chip on his shoulder. Because he's playing with a chip on his shoulder. Everybody's calling him a bust and things like that. Jeff Okudah's like, okay, this is the best defense I played with. Y'all gonna see how good I am. EI says, Big Low, I watched you all last year. This team has so much potential as long as they stay focused and run the ball and get some good throws, because teams will play extremely good. I completely agree with you, man. And I appreciate you for watching. But yeah, I completely agree with you. If they can run the ball effectively, and once again, this offensive line knows that they're the backbone of the team. We can run the ball effectively, get some stops. We're going to be in there like swimwear, Bo. Cleared up like skincare. You already know it. William Amy says, we just got the balance on offensive man. Oh, yeah. And I think it's coming. EI says, this year, NFL will be amazing. Definitely. And I appreciate you for commenting too, EIs. I know you said you've been watching for the last year. I appreciate you for commenting and contributing to the conversation. We love it, man. Tyler Russell's in here. What's going on, Coach Tyler, Coach Christine? Thank y'all so much for helping us out yesterday. We definitely and greatly appreciate it, Coach. A1 Colossal, what in the world, Bo? Hope you're doing good. Rounds 1 says, people forget that we had to run the piss out the ball last year. It should be more balanced. Yes, I completely agree with you, man. Completely agree with you. Well, Amy says Jeff Okudah about to bust some heads out there. I've been telling y'all something about Jeff Okudah, though. Jeff Okudah, he ain't that physical. He's not that physical. I mean, and you seen it from the clip yesterday. Whenever he did the shed, he gave a little baby shed. He ain't extend his arms all the way. But Jeff Okudah, he really relies on that quickness. He relies on that quickness a little too much. So hopefully that's something that we can kind of coach him out of, because especially in this division and in today's NFL, if you line up across from Mike Evans over there, you can't just rely on that quickness, because he's gonna put hands on you before you put hands on him. And if he gets those hands on you first and he gets you stacked up, it's over. Might as well kiss the baby. And you would think you would think it's one of those situations where, with that part, Jeff Okuda got in his head because he got like one of those old 1950s parts. I don't know if y'all seen it. He got one of those 1950 parts in his head. That he'll be tough, but I mean, and once again, this is OTAs and minicamp. We'll see exactly how tough, and how physical he's going to be playing. We don't want him taking clothes off, like Robert Alford used to do. I don't know if y'all seen the last live. I said Robert Alford was as handsy as a 13-year-old at a school dance. We don't want him that handsy, but we definitely want you to be physical. We definitely want you to be physical. Let's see here. Oh, Tyler, we definitely appreciate it, Coach Tyler. Let's see. Field 413 says Cowboys, Falcons, NFC Championship. I don't know if I can handle that. Last time the Cowboys and the Falcons met each other in the playoffs, I feel like that was the start of the whole, Falcons blow leads narrative that started. And, to this day, I got a uncle who, heart is still broken about, that Cowboys and Falcons playoff game. I don't know if I can handle that, Bo. Oh, man. Red Swarm says, Coach Lowe and Coach Roney, I'm a U.S. Army veteran and a Desert Storm Gulf War veteran. Today is the Army's 248th anniversary. Salute to all the U.S. Army vets in the chat. Definitely, man. Definitely. Salute all the vets in the chat. My brother, he's a veteran. He served 2 tours in Afghanistan. As a matter of fact, we just came back from seeing him in D.C. He's a contracted worker with the government now. So, yeah, man, you definitely got to love it. My brother, he, really, really good spirit, really good soul. Good people, man. So shouts out to you, Red Swarm, and anybody else that's in here. We ain't got nothing but love for you. A1 Colossal says we way better than last year's, and we lost some close games. This year, I see 10 to 12 wins, easy playoff ready. I said the same thing. You go back and look at the schedule release show that we did. I was like, oh yeah, 11 wins, easy. And we get to play against a rookie quarterback too, week 1. 11 wins, easy. I was more worried about playing against Andy Dalton than playing against Bryce Young. You don't know what to expect. Ryan Nielsen does really good against rookie quarterbacks. I feel like this is gonna be the first time we're gonna be over 500. And what is it? 4 years? 5 years, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Tyler Russell says, I got my camp tickets. I can't wait to see the pad at practice. Yes, sir. We got our camp tickets too, Bo. I'm definitely excited. Another PR says, what's up, Bo? Madden 23 is making Ritter look like Tom Brady. Oh man, well, Madden 24 is coming out soon. I don't know if you heard what I was saying earlier. A lot of people are doubting Desmond Ritter. A lot of people are doubting him. It'd be crazy if on Madden 33, Desmond Ritter was on the cover. Oh man, B Majors in here says Falcons going to the Super Bowl. It's about time we did a major upgrade on our defense. Much needed. I'm happy about going into this season. Rise up. But the question is, B Majors, are the Atlanta Falcons fans' expectations too high? And the whole thing is, Bo, is that I'm going to tell y'all something. What do people want our expectations to be? Right? Like what do you want? Do you want to be a situation where we go into every season thinking, oh man, we're gonna lose? No. Excuse me. We going into every season coming in with a bunch of ifs. If we're fifth, we'd all be drunk, and we've been coming the next season just as toasty as ever, Bo. We come to the next season just as toasty as ever. Brown says, thank you for your service. All of you. Definitely, man. Definitely. Let's see here. Yeah. Coach Run said that's awesome. That's awesome. Red Swarm. Yacht says, how many games do you think the Atlanta Falcons will win? I'm throwing 11 out there. Easy. Well, Amy says 13 wins. 13 win season for me. I ain't mad at it. Granddad's in here. You know it's a party now. He's a big low conspiracy. Served 2 tours in Vietnam War. He's all about the peace and love now. Ray Fitty said, what up, coach? How's that nickel competition going with Hughes, Phillips, and Alfred? Now, I ain't gonna lie to you. Whenever I seen it, with the first team, Hughes was running out there on the first team, but I really got a feeling that Clark Phillips kid is he's legit, man. I really got a feeling he could. I got a feeling they're gonna get him some snaps sometime or another. I really do. Elite Goods is in here. Much love to you, Bo. Bobby Carter's in here. What's going on, Bobby? Hope you're doing good tonight, fam. Tyler Russell says, I'm pumped about Mariota in a new Netflix series. We can see the failure from behind the scenes. Thank God we have 2 new quarterbacks. There will be a whole lot of mad Atlanta Falcons fans after watching this, man. Whole lot of mad Atlanta Falcons fans. Sterling Wood says, we need to make the playoffs this year. That's right, man. That's right. Well, Amy says, smoking on that voodoo pack. Oh, man. Twisted Torch in the building. So what's good at Big Low and everybody in the chat? What's going on, Torch? Hope you're doing good tonight, my brother. Definitely, man. Shouts out to my homeboy Torch, man. I was talking to him today, boy. I'll tell you one thing. Twisted Torch is a fool, boy. That boy is crazy. Shouts out to Twisted Torch, man. That great content that he has over there. Keith Spencer, he says 13 wins. Motivated Dedicated says, I don't even care. 11 wins. He said, I don't even care. He says anything less than 11 wins is a failure. Keith Brooks in here says, I'm hoping London blows up this year. I'm going to tell y'all something, Bo. So I said earlier that Drake London and Bijan Robinson, they look just as good as each other catching the ball. That's not minimizing any one of their talents because both of these guys look legit when it comes to catching these passes. I mean, go back and watch the video from yesterday. Bijan Robinson lined up all over the field. He lined up in the slot. He lined up out wide. They put him in motion. They had him like as a wing back. They put him in motion. I don't know if that play is on the film that I put out or not, but they had him lined up as a wing back, put him in motion, see if anybody was going to follow him, see if it was man coverage. You know, had him run a wheel. Like Bijan Robinson. I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. Bijan Robinson gonna catch 55 passes this season. I put it out there. Bijan Robinson is gonna catch at least north of 55 passes this season. I've been asked the chat if y'all think I'm wrong or not. If you feel like Bijan Robinson can catch 55 passes this season, put a 3 in the chat. If you feel like it's one of those cases where I'm just getting naked and that's not gonna happen, put a 4 in the chat. And maybe it's because, you know, me and Bijan are cool now because we chilled out together, you know, but make sure, you know, if you feel like he can't catch more than 55 passes, put a 3 in the chat. If you feel like I'm wrong and he ain't going to catch that many passes, ain't going to be that many balls going around, or, you know, he doesn't have the ability to do it or what have you, any reason, put a 4 in the chat. I just want to know. Everybody in the comments, y'all let me know who are live. Also, everybody who's watching after we've gone live already, make sure that you put that in the comment. Also, y'all make sure that you hit that like button. Definitely. In the words of my homeboy, my big brother Smitty, help get us out to the YouTube universe. And people can see our videos as soon as we drop them. I'm pretty sure I butchered that. So, yeah, make sure that y'all hit that like button. Also, make sure that you share the channel with your friends and family. Got a lot of great content coming. And, you know, they can get a chance to come on and chop it up with us, you know, while we do these lives and everything. So definitely do appreciate it. Key Burt says, I have London and Jefferson on my down. Oh, my God. You got Drake and, oh, that's nasty. Man. D-Law says, how did it go with dapping up Bijan? Is he bigger than Algier? First of all, dapping up Bijan was like dapping up an oak tree. Like, I wouldn't want to tackle him. Yes, I felt like he was bigger than Algier. Dirty Fanatics United says, what's good, Lo? It's your boy Chase from One Time for the Fan checking it. What's going on, Chase? I see you in here, Bo. I see you in here. Much love to you, fam. Sip Thought says, I'm in here tardy for the party. He said, but I see 11-5. Shouts out to you, man. Hope you're doing good tonight. Twisted Torch says, I see, I think 9 to 12 wins, Lo. Anything over 7 is a win. Hey, I agree with you. I agree with you, Torch. He says Bijan is going to be all over the field this year. You can potential have all 3 backs on the field at the same time. I actually seen it. I actually seen it, Torch. They had all 3 backs. There was one time whenever Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier was on the field. This was during OTAs. And Jonnu Smith went in motion and came back and lined up in the backfield with Desmond Ridder in the shotgun. I was like, what in the world is going on here? Like, what are we supposed to do with this? And some of the coaches actually called that. They was like, hey, Jonnu Smith could be lining up in that halfback position. So, you know, don't get too naked when you see that, coach. Jermaine Johnson says, Matt Ryan made Kyle Pitts that guy. I think he's still under the right quarterback. Okay, I ain't mad at that. Young boy, Sip Thoughts. They say 3. They think that it's possible that Bijan Robinson can catch 55 passes this season. I said, and the thing is that me saying 55, I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. That's me being conservative. I'm trying to be conservative because I'm trying not to get too outlandish about things. But I'm saying 55 because I can see him catching 70. I can see him catching 70 passes easy. He's the type of guy you just want to get the ball in his hands. Tyler Russell, he also agrees. He says 3. Will Amy says 9 to 12. That's not good enough, Torch. What's this man is thinking is not the playoff bound? Okay. I mean, hey, you know, everybody had their own opinion. Red Swarm, D. Lawton, another PR that they all agree. They think Bijan could get 55 catches. J. Mall, Q Lavender, they all agree. They all agree. Bobby Carter says, I think Freddie got you in the twerk. I didn't twerk. That was just Freddie. I wasn't twerking. I told Freddie, I said, nah, Freddie, you can have it. I ain't been fool with you. Oh man, Justin Switzer says from 30 to 35 receptions this year. He thinks that's what Bijan Robinson can get. I'm not mad at that. And you know, the thing is that probably the more important number that we should be looking at is touchdowns. You know, will he be able to get those get the ball into the end zone in those red zone situations? You know, I feel like there were a couple of plays last year where Tyler Algier, if he had a little bit more wiggle to him, I think we would have won the game. You know, all these single score games that we had, if we would have 6 points instead of 3, I think we could have won a couple of those games. And don't get me wrong, I love Tyler Algier. I think he's a great running back. I really hope we have him for a long time, but I don't think he's no Bijan. Keith Spencer says 2. Okay, he must be referring to the last question. Melvin says 3. He feels like he could catch 55. Ty Russell says, I'm pulling for Bijan. We need it to work out how many catches the CMC get a year. Somebody in the coaching staff, if y'all could, let us know. If Tony Wright's still in the chat, I'm pretty sure he could let me know how many catches does Christian McCaffrey catch on average. Somebody in the coaching staff, if y'all could look that up for me, I would greatly appreciate that. Tony Wright says he'll catch between 47 to 40. Man, that's very specific. 47 to 48 passes. Twisted Toy says Smith will also be lining up in the backfield. Yeah, see, man, that's what I'm saying, Bo. You got some very, very well informed Falcons fans and content creators, positive content creators out here, definitely. Quiet 7 says 4 based on Arthur Smith's system. They won't pass that much. Plus, lack of confidence in Ridder. Okay. But see, and that's the thing, Quad 7. Like, so let's say there is a lack of confidence, right? Granted, if I'm not mistaken, they said that Ritter did throw more than Marcus Mariota last year, as far as passes per game. I mean, and let's be honest. We didn't have a chance of making the playoffs, and we just went ahead and kind of aired it out. But it is what it is. He did throw more than Marcus Mariota. But if Arthur Smith does not have faith in Desmond Ritter, I mean, you still got to put the ball in the air. I trust putting ball in the air to tight ends and running backs more than wide receivers, because there's a lot less that can happen, right? If we go ahead and give the ball to a running back coming out of the backfield, opposed to throwing that thing out wide, 20 yards to the left, right? So I mean, if we don't trust his arm, it seems like he'll actually get more passes. So the Torch says, I could definitely see Bijan getting 45 to 55 catches this year. Okay. Bobby Carter says, ATL could be the greatest show on turf this year. Hey, I mean, look, if that greatest show is, a whole bunch, it's just a balanced offense. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Because I hear a lot of people comparing Bijan Robinson's skill set to a Marshall Faulk. I've heard that, but they say he's the best running back prospect in 20 plus years. Man, that's tough to beat. Keith Spencer says Bijan is a unicorn. So that means we're building a unicorn farm. That's the case. You building a unicorn farm, bro. Definitely, man. Shouts out to Twisted Torch, man. Shouts out to Twisted. Timothy in here, he says CMC gets from 80 to 90 catches a year. That's a lot of catches. That's a lot of catches. And that's why I said 55. That was me being conservative. So as y'all can see, CMC gets a lot of catches. Now, granted, he spent half the year this past season with Carolina and his previous seasons with Carolina. I don't think he's going to get that many catches this year in San Francisco, because Kyle Shanahan is a better play designer, and that's one of the reasons why CMC kept getting hurt. But I could see CMC catching 70 passes, and I could see Bijan Robinson catching 60, 70 passes. I'm just being conservative when I say, 55 passes. Twisted Torch says, William, I think you're thinking of the old teams where we didn't have a defense. Defense travels. I'm not worried about playing on the road. I'm worried about getting to the playoffs. There you go, bro. There you go. Shouts out to the positive content creators, man. You already know what it is, Torch. You already know. Atlanta Bird Gang says CMC averages about 102 catches per season when healthy and plays a full season. Yeah. So I mean, so it's one of those things, man. It's one of those things. D Long says unicorn farm. I like that. Yeah, man. We building a unicorn farm. We got, Kyle Pitts. He just coming back from the vet. Then we just brought in this new unicorn and Bijan Robinson. He just galloping out in the field full of rainbows. There's a unicorn farm, bro. I don't know. Oh man. So once again, that goes back to the point of, I don't feel like Atlanta Falcons fans are setting their expectations too high. And once again, that's a corporate way of saying I don't feel like Atlanta Falcons fans are getting naked. I don't. I mean, whenever I see Arthur Smith, give a speech and hey guys, what we're going to do is, look, it's a great thing, what we got going on. Everybody make sure you stay healthy, stay out of the clubs and everything like that. I love seeing Arthur Smith talk. He be, throwing that hand out there. He almost looked like he almost looked like a DJ that's too short for the DJ table, because that's all you see him doing right there. Just be walking back and forth. Timothy says, our skill position players are all prototypes for their position. Yes, you are completely correct, Coach. You are completely correct. I will tell you one thing, because I know a lot of people were saying going into this offseason, they were like, hey, we need some speed. Scotty Miller is fast. Scotty Miller, bro, that boy is fast. He can pick him up and put him down, bro. Keith Spencer here just laughing. Rounds one said, not the vet. Yeah, bro. It's a unicorn farm, bro. Kyle Pitts coming back from the vet. Todd Terry says he's thinking 60. I mean, I ain't even mad at that, man. I'm not even mad at that. So, we were talking about Bob Carr says unicorns and leprechauns taste the rainbow. Tony Wright says, watch out for the Seattle Seahawks, as they have Kenneth Walker, who was a rookie like Algier, went over 1,000 yards. They drafted UCLA running back Zach Charbonnet with the second round. I mean, yeah, you're right. Kenneth Walker, I knew Kenneth Walker was going to be legit. Whenever everybody was talking about Breece Hall, I was like, one of y'all need to be worried about is Kenneth Walker. Kenneth Walker, he better be. The league better be glad that Kenneth Walker don't have Breece Hall size, because I think he's like, I think Breece Hall got like 10, 15 pounds on him, a little bit taller. But yeah, Kenneth Walker is legit. And you got this whole resurgence of Geno Smith. I mean, it's Seattle's building some special things, and you can't never count out Pete Carroll as a coach. Like Pete Carroll, he's going to make sure that you in there. Like he's going to give you a fighting chance. So yeah, I completely agree. Look, if y'all agree with me in my sentiment, whenever I say that, it's one of those cases where we all feel like the Atlanta Falcons fans are not setting their expectations too high. You just got in here, you hadn't had a chance to do it yet, but you need a chance to express how you feel. If you feel like we're not setting our expectations too high, make sure that you hit that like button. That's how you can express it, Bo. Also, make sure that you share the channel with your friends and family. We actually did a vlog yesterday. Whenever we went to the Minicamp, so we went to the Playmakers Picnic. So make sure that you check that out after the show. You can see and kind of experience what we experienced in our vlog. I hope y'all enjoy it. Let's see here. Will Amy says, I want Atlanta Falcons to be satisfied with their first round. Just win it all, baby. I mean, look, yeah, man, I completely agree with you. Like, we all won a championship, right? We like that, we're like that couple that's been together for the last 15 years that, they haven't committed to each other. Your uncle and auntie, they never get married. We want a ring. Like, that's your auntie, but that's not really your auntie because they ain't never get married. Like, we want a ring like auntie want one. We want a ring like uncle want one. Like, come on, man. I completely understand where you're coming from with. Tip Thought says, I can't wait for opening day. Our defense are going to look good and the offense is going to be great. I'm going to tell you something. And this is the point I was getting to. It's like, yes, you have a field full of unicorns. You got one unicorn coming back from the vet. You got another young Thundercat unicorn that just came and is running around the field full of rainbows. And then on the other side of the spectrum, you got this defense. That defense looks scary. I seen that first team defense yesterday. That defense looks scary. Whenever I seen Grady Jarrett, David Onyemata, they had Bud Dupree starting on the first team, along with Lorenzo Carter. Then they had Caden Ellis, Troy Anderson in that linebacker position. They had Hughes lined up at the nickel, AJ Terrell, Jeff Okudah, Richie Grant, Jesse Bates. That defense looked scary, Bo. I'm going to tell y'all something. Top 10 defense. I'm throwing it out there. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Top 10 defense. Say what you want to say. A lot of people be like, "Hey, Ryan Nielsen, he's a new defensive coordinator." I'm sorry, yeah, he's a new defensive coordinator for this team. Everybody got to get, everybody got to feel each other. No, top 10 defense. Cut and dry, simple and plain. I'm gonna say it again for people in the back, just in case y'all don't want to hear me. Look, I remember watching that 2016 team during the preseason in that training camp. I told Coach Roney, the defense is fast. I told her that. We were playing against the Washington, then they were the Washington Redskins before they became the Commandos. Before they became the Commodores. Commandos running around Nick. Anyway, we were playing the Washington Redskins. I told Coach Roney, this team's legit. This team is going to do some special things this year. In 2016, she was like, they got a lot of rookies, though. I was like, top 10 defense. Easy. Ernest Wright said the Saints defense is better. Ernest Wright, whenever you see me, Q, Panthers Nation podcast with Rashad Dave and Big Game James, and we do our NFC South Roundtable the last quarter of the season, make sure that you message me whenever I say, hey, where's Ernest? I told you that the Atlanta Falcons defense is going to be better. Top 10 defense. I'm just putting it out there. Top 10 defense. Top 10 defense. Tyler Russell says top 10 defense measured how? By points or yards or turnovers or what? I'm going to say off of points. Based on points and yards. Top 10 defense. Number one, we're going to run the ball effectively. Number one. So we're going to be playing keep away. Like your older cousins used to play with you, put you in the middle, throw the ball over your head. We're gonna keep the ball away from you. Number two, this defense is different, Bo. And you got Ryan Nielsen coaching this defense. Top 10 defense in regards to points and yards. I'm just putting it out there. Eric Mack says, I don't need everyone to lose faith in Ritter if he struggles. And I completely agree with you, Eric. I completely agree with you. He's still a young Thundercat. He's only going into his fifth game. I completely agree with you. That's a great point, Eric. Yes, y'all don't lose faith in him. But what's going to help him is that top 10 defense. I know I keep saying it because I love the way it sounds. And we haven't said it in such a long time. But top 10 defense. I'm just putting it out there. So I'm going to ask the chat. This is the coaching staff. This is what we do. We kick ideas around. I'm not going to get upset at you if you disagree with me. If you feel like the Atlanta Falcons can have a top 10 defense with this roster, put a 5 in the chat. If you feel like it's one of those cases where Coach Lowe's getting naked and, it's going to be 10 or lower, put a 6 in the chat. I just want to know what y'all think. Eric Wright says, I will. Okay. I'm going to hold you to it now, Eric. Ernest, I'm going to hold you to it. Buddy Carter says, Low, you're a fool. Hey, man, I ain't got nothing but love for you too, Bobby. Will Amy says, nah, the Voodoo Saints got a bad defensive coordinator in Joe Woody. Freeman says, I'm hoping Atlanta wins the South so my Cowboys could go to Mercedes-Benz and send y'all home safe. Come on, Freeman. Don't do us like that, man. Don't do us like that, Bo. Hey, look, at the end of the day, we're going to see. The season's right around the corner. Training camp starts next month. So we're going to see. Let's see here. Justin says, fourth in defense in our division, but will be top 15. So you think our defense is going to be worse than the Panthers? Than the Saints, whose defense got good at. Let's be honest now. And Tampa Bay, who the middle linebacker don't even want to be there. That defense is aging a little bit. I could be wrong. Justin. Trust me, I've been wrong so many times before. So right said the defense will finish 8th. I ain't mad at that, Bo. I ain't mad at that. Keith Smith said, hey, and turnovers too. Coach Ron just came in, so the dog feels like she has to bark and protect the house. I'm sorry, y'all. Quad 7 says Saints defense better than the Falcons after all their defense lost this all season. And who did they bring in? Ray 50, King Layden, Melvin Emery, D. Lawton. They say 5 all day. They feel like the Atlanta Falcons defense, top 10 defense. Look, I'm gonna be saying it all throughout the season. I'm gonna be saying it. Top 10 defense. Ernest Wright, prove it. Timothy, they said they don't feel like it's gonna happen. They say, hey, coach, you're getting naked. Calm down. Expectations are too high, coach. Calm down. Simmer down a little bit. Sip Thought says 5, top 5. Wow. Top 5? Ooh. Quad 7 says 5. Bobby Carter says 5. Justin Switzer, you don't agree. He says you think it's going to be 6. I mean, you think it's going to be 10 or lower. Rounds says it could be top 5. My homeboy, False Start Falcon, he keeps me in line. He says, hey, coach, calm down. You're getting naked. Don't show your nipples on live. Greg Dodson says 5.5. Okay. So he's in the middle. Keith Spencer says 5. Tyler Russell says 6. Top half in the league, but not top 10. We have a brand new defensive coordinator. And I understand where you're coming from, Coach Tyler. I completely do. And you help keep me in line. You False Start Falcon, the rest of the coaching staff, y'all keep me in line whenever I get out over my skis. Top 10 defense. I'm sorry, coach. Rounds 1 says, wait, what? Is top 5 good or bad? I missed it. I'm sorry, is 5 good or bad? Yeah, so basically the question is, if you feel like the Falcons can have a top 10 defense this year, put a 5 in the chat. If you feel like that's not going to happen, put a 6 in the chat. That's what the question. Tay Bro's in here. He says 5. Let's go. Much love to you, Tay Bro. How you doing, man? Prove It says top in the NFC South. Okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Tyler Beard says 5. Okay. J Miles says, I say top 15. Even J Miles says, I'm getting naked. Rydell Lamar, my brother's in here. He says, what up? Just coming in. Let's go Falcons. You already know, Bo. JDS says, only position group I'm worried about is linebacker. And I agree with you in that regard. It's like I was saying earlier in the show. It's like Troy Anderson has all this raw talent. If he could put it together, he could be a Pro Bowl player. If he could put it, if he could get that coverage under control, because sometimes it's just like he's running around out there with his hair on fire. If he can get everything under control, he's going to be special. Now, we'll tell y'all from what I've seen at OTAs and minicamps, Troy Anderson and Caden Ellis were hip and hip. Like, they were always together. And Caden Ellis you could tell Troy Anderson was soaking up everything that he could from Caden Ellis. He was like a sponge. JDS says, I think it'll be top 10 defense just because the D-line is much improved and the trench play is a key part. Trenches, that's it, Bo. That's it. Rounds 1, he said, okay, top 5. He said, okay, 5. Raymond Collins says, that sounds good. Top 10. Say it again for the people in the back. Yes. Yeah, man. Yeah. He be looking lost in coverage. It's like that Chris Young song. Lost down some old back road, lost in the song on the radio, lost in your deep blue eyes. That's how Troy Anderson be looking, boy. He be looking lost. Right there says top 10. Once again, we just went through OTAs and minicamps. We hadn't even made it through minicamps yet. Y'all have just seen the plays that I've shown, from minicamps. And I don't know if y'all seen any plays that the Atlanta Falcons have put up or if there's anything up there. But, are the Atlanta Falcons fans setting their expectations too high from what we've seen so far. That's right, Coach Run light when I sang to her. Oh man. Oh yeah. Troy, he's gonna be the guy for the future. I mean, but don't forget, how many years Cater Ellis signed for? Like 3 years, if I'm not mistaken. 3 years, 28 million. I mean, so for the immediate future, hopefully we have 2 really good linebackers that can help take this team to a whole nother level. Bobby Carter says, I haven't seen this amount of talent on the defense since 1998, and we know what happened that year. And you know what we paired it with? We paired it with a great running game, right? And possession football. On the difference between this team and that team, they didn't have 2 unicorns on the farm, bro. We got a unicorn farm over here, right? I mean, we're gonna see what's looking like with Drake London. Drake London could be a low key unicorn too. Like he walking around here looking like a horse, but he might have a horn somewhere in there. We don't know. We don't know. JDS says they think they could be a top 10 defense themselves. Hey, that's it. That's it. I mean, Calais Campbell didn't come here for no reason. Man, been in the league for 16, 17 years. He obviously seen something. He ain't gonna come and waste one of his last years in the NFL for just to play on some mediocre type defense. Nah, he's trying to make moves, right? Sip says, I said top 5 simply based on the momentum we finished with last season, plus the additions that we added. That's it, Bo. That's it. Raymond Elders here. What in the world, Bo? What in the world? What's going on with you, man? Eric Mack says, this will be a big season for it. Yes. This is the type of season that you build on, right? We were hoping it was going to be last season. After Matt Ryan left, we're like, hey, we're changing the culture. And to a certain extent, it was. Because, when we had Matt Ryan, could we run the ball? Yeah, we can run the ball. I'm talking about under Arthur Smith. Like, we can run the ball. Cordero Patterson and everything. But last year, we actually established the identity. And now, every time everyone talks about the Atlanta Falcons, what do they say? Man, the Atlanta Falcons, physical team that could run the ball. Last year was a big season too, Eric. And the question is, can we build on it? We know we can run the ball. What were we, top 5 in rushing last year? So if you pair that with being able to throw the ball effectively and you got a stout defense, that's a recipe for a deep playoff run right there, Bo. All day. I mean, it's almost like writing. You can't write cursive until you know how to write regular, right? So last year we learned how to write our letters, the stick letters and everything. Now we can actually put it all together. Shoot, we writing cursive. We writing A's with a little tail at the end of it. You know what I'm saying? Now we take that next step. Definitely. Raymond Elder says, I saw you on the Jumbotron during the open practice, busted out the dance. Oh yeah, man. I try to do a little bit there, Bo. Me and Freddie, we got this beef going on. Freddie think he can dance better than me. And I had to show him something. See, he had to bust out the twerk. And Freddie knew I went for the twerk. Bobby Carter says expectations are meant to be set high. Who goes into something looking to fail? Exactly. I ain't going into nothing looking to fail. Everything I do, I'm trying to be the best that I could be at it, bro. So I mean, I ain't trying to go into it looking to fail. I'm trying to be successfully successful. Rounds 1 says, Mark Sessler says, RO will be like an asteroid hitting. Goodness gracious, that's violent. Okay, well, Amy, okay, he said it was 3 years. Okay, yeah. Justin Farmer's in here. He says, I hope we see more Dirty Bird dances this season for the ATL. I ain't gonna lie to you. Section 135, that's what I'm gonna be doing, Bo. I'm gonna be Dirty Birding all day long. If they change it to a night game, I'm gonna be Dirty Birding all night long. When I go on these away games, Rise Up tour, I'm gonna be Dirty Birding wherever I'm at. I'm gonna be in London. What I'm gonna be doing? Hitting that dirty bird with the best of them. Yes, you're right. It is a really underrated dance. J. Diaz says expectations much higher this season because of the roster, but I wouldn't say it's a make or break season. Nah, it's not. Once again, because you're building, right? You got to build. All right, so we built the foundation. Last year it wasn't the most it wasn't the most enjoyable year, but whenever people are building, it's like we built our house, the house that I grew up in. And we built our house. Whenever we dug out the footers and put that foundation down, that wasn't a sexy move. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what you have to do, though, right? But whenever we started putting up the framework and putting up columns and things like that, everybody, oh man, this looks good. But you got to put that foundation down first. That's what it's all about. Raymond Elder says, what are your predictions on how the Falcons passing game would be improving this year? I think based off of the weapons that we have now. So you got your Jonnu Smiths of the world, and for people who have seen them in the OTAs and minicamps, and you can actually go back and look at the video that we just posted today from how he looked in the minicamp that we went to yesterday, the first day of minicamp. As a matter of fact, if Coach Ron is watching, she'll put the link in the chat right at the end of the show. But it's one of those cases where Jonnu Smith added to that passing game because he knows how to find those zones. Also, it's one of those cases where Bijan Robinson going out in motion, helping to find those mismatches. I know everybody's talking about Bijan Robinson is going to be like a LaDainian Tomlinson. I mean, shoot, from what I seen and on these 7-on-7s and on these 11-on-11s, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Bijan Robinson looks a little more like a Deebo Samuel from what I've been seeing now, and I could be wrong. I could definitely be wrong, but yeah, it's. I feel like that's going to help the passing game, and Desmond Ridder is head and shoulders better quarterback than Marcus Mariota. So I think all of those things combined is going to add to that passing game. Ayan Patel says, what part of Georgia do you? Hey man, we in Atlanta, Bo. You already know what time it is. We doing it big. Well, Amy says he sees us ranked 16th in passing. 16th, I am good with that. J Mall says, I think Bijan is going to look like a prime Le'Veon Bell. Thing is, he's going to be a more explosive Le'Veon Bell. It's like Le'Veon Bell was a great running back, and the beauty about Le'Veon Bell's game is that he was so patient. Come to find out on the interview the other day, you're probably so patient because he smoked weed for every game. So he was like just taking his time. He thought he was hitting the hole as fast as he could. Meanwhile, he was just blowed out of his mind. He just tiptoeing, waiting for everybody to move. Then I'm going. But look, it's one of those cases where I feel like Bijan Robinson is just going to be a whole lot more explosive than Le'Veon. I mean, Le'Veon Bell he was the true one of the best running backs I've seen. But it's all about the system that you're put in, the foundation that was laid before he got there with that offensive line, right? And that's what the Atlanta Falcons did with Le'Veon Bell and everything like that. That's right, Eric. We be in the city. You already know what time it is. Bobby says, we got to take our house back from Deion Sanders straight and back. We still got to take our house back, Bo. Oh man, Coach Ron says Terry probably lives in like Johns Creek or Alpharetta. Yeah, he probably in like Johns Creek or something. That's where I want to go. I want to go to Johns Creek. I like Johns Creek. Just too far out the way. And I says, do you see the pictures of the renovation for the Falcons training? I seen those pictures, man. It's nice. It is really nice. And the crazy thing is that it's still not as good as some of these college locker rooms and facilities. but it is really nice. Angel says, I'm ready for this season. I'll be at the Falcons versus Panthers game on September the 10th. Let's get, yes. That's what I'm talking about. We're trying to get as many people in the bins as we can on September the 10th, week 1, because we really want to show this rookie quarterback that's coming in what the NFL is going to be about and what it's going to be like to play the Atlanta Falcons for years to come. It's not going to be no gimmies. Bully says, Le'Veon, he was high as I don't know what. Put it on a shirt. Oh, man. Let's see here. Bully says, LMAO, not Johns Creek. Oh, man. Raymond Elder says, Tyler Algier and B. John Robinson, 1,000 yards rushing each. What do you think? Wow. I mean, it can happen as much as we run the ball. I don't see why it couldn't happen. I definitely think it can happen. J Miles says, I really hope to make it out the week 1. Hey, J Miles, if you make it, make sure that you let me know, man. Make sure that you let me know because we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a good time with it. Yeah, Coach Ron, people tend to like Johns Creek. Yeah, I mean, yeah. They say it's the best neighborhood or the best town in Georgia. Justin Farmer says, Raymond Elder, I don't know, man. I'm so excited to watch that plays. Watch to see how that plays out this season. Tyler Beard says, going to make Young terrified to play. Yes, we want to make him terrified. Like, man, we want it to be one of those situations where whenever he has to play the Falcons again, like, dang, man, we got to play the Falcons. Not, oh, yeah, I'm gonna do good this week. We're playing the Falcons. No, we want to be, man, we got to play the Falcons next week. That's what we want. That's what we want. Yeah, I don't never want to see nobody get hurt, man. I've been around the game too long. I never wish to see somebody get hurt, Eric. But yeah, I hope he doesn't get hurt. False Start Falcon says, y'all come up here to the north side, Johns Creek. Just be ready for the traffic because it's going down. Oh, man. Tony Wright says, you can get as many people at the bins as you want, but none of you will be in the first class VIP tenant window suites that Big Low be at. See, you ain't got to brag, Tony Wright. Just because you live in a different kind of situation than we do, you ain't got to brag. Oh, man. Bully says, Young gonna be sweating. Yes, that's what we want. We want him going in the cold sweat. Like, oh man, I gotta play against the Falcons next. Oh man. Aeon says, can I send you? No, I can't send you no Falcons merch. Aeon. But make sure that you keep your eye on the channel. You might be getting some merch soon, but I ain't gonna be able to send you any Falcons merch. Tragic 504 says, I needed a good laugh before going to bed. Look, you better laugh before you cry, Tragic 504. That's all I can tell you because it's going down. It's going down, Bo. Oh man. Well, look, y'all, I definitely appreciate everybody for coming on and chopping it up with us. Make sure that you hit that like button before heading out. Wait a minute. Angel says, I'm from Texas and I'm excited to be going to the Mercedes-Benz Stadium for the first time ever on set. Okay, definitely, Angel. Well, look, make sure that you hit us up before you come. My email is actually on my channel, biglowcountry@gmail.com. So yeah, definitely make sure that you hit us up. Coach Rona, if you could put the link in the chat, so the coaching staff could see the vlog that we did yesterday. A Minicamp is actually going to have some plays that were ran from 7-on-7s, warm-ups, 11-on-11s, and some of the good times that we had. We definitely love to kind of enjoy the moment with the fellow Falcons fans and with the coaching staff. Definitely. Bobby Carter says, how can you have a PFF grade of a rookie over the second-year player? Hashtag young over. Oh man. Hey, y'all says, what's their favorite snack / food in the bins? So let me tell you, they got these $6 chicken tenders. You know, you get like 6 these big old chicken tenders and fries. And the fries. So yeah, you can't beat the chicken tenders and the fries. They got good bacon cheeseburger too. Now I will tell you, in the sweets, the food is pretty good too. They got this lobster macaroni and cheese. It's legit. It's legit. And they also got these braised beef ribs that are really good in there too. But yeah, man, like look, the Ben's got some of the best food I've ever had at any stadium. So yeah, make sure that you if you do go, make sure that you come hungry because you're gonna eat well. But look, I definitely appreciate everybody for coming out, chilling out with us tonight. You could have been anywhere in the world tonight, but you're here with us, and we definitely and greatly appreciate that. Need y'all to make sure that y'all hit that like button before you leave. Make sure that you share the channel with your friends and family. Tell everybody, like, hey, if you want to see, make sure that you know what's going on with these events and everything. Or make sure that you subscribe to Big Low Country because he got some great content out there for you. And we sit around and have a good time, right? So y'all make sure that y'all chill out with us. Make sure that you hit that like button. Also go check out the video that we did from the Minicamp yesterday. I'm pretty sure you'll see it. You'll have a good time. It'll be like you were almost there, Bo. But look, thank y'all so much. I need y'all to make sure y'all stay safe. Please don't do anything that we do. Rise up, 8 times down. You already know we ready. What in the world, Bo?